In other words, looking at the argument...
If we look at the Bonny-Haruna situation, the elections had already been conducted. The elections have been conducted and the votes have been earned. And a winner declared.
I'm having some delayed feedback.
In both cases, those votes were legitimately earned. Yes. And a return has been made.
I think we have to re-establish connection with you, Mr. Pinheiro. I apologize there. We have to go off this line and call you again, and let's see if we can have a better connection, because we were actually coasting pretty well with you earlier on until the lines went pretty bad. We do hope we can get you again. We've been speaking with Mr. Kemi Pinheiro, a senior advocate of Nigeria, live from Enugu State, and he's been putting his I was trying to ask some other questions, looking at what some other lawyers have called the supremacy of the candidates as well versus the supremacy of the political party here. So which do you think should come first? For some, as you rightly highlighted, some definitely voted because of the party APC, while others voted because of Faleke, who is the running mate, and even others because of late Audu. Well, that sort of looks like we lost that call again. We do hope that we should be able, well, it's a bad day with the connectivity today. We do hope that we should be able to get that pretty soon and get Mr. Pinheiro back on the line.
Indeed, the lawyers will have to go to town on this one, as in to look at exactly what the laws have to say and how applicable they are.
They've all been talking about.
They're all divided on the issue. There's some of them who are of the opinion that the supplementary election should go ahead. For instance, INEC is saying we are not aware of Abubakar Audu's death, or we've not been notified officially. And then there's some lawyers who say, fine, even before INEC went ahead and said we are not aware, let the supplementary elections go ahead as though...
Sorry, Amanda, we have Mr. Pinheiro back online. Mr. Pinheiro, it's good to have you back again this morning. Quite an interesting moment we're having with you this morning. But I was trying to bring in the argument of supremacy of candidates versus supremacy of political parties.
Hello?
Did you get the question? Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
I think we have to go on a break. We'll come back, and I hope that we should be able to sort this out. And we'll call you in a moment and see how we can wrap this up, Mr. Pinheiro. A moment here on Sunrise Daily. We'll return shortly. Stay with us. Welcome back. Our closing moments now with Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Kemi Pinheiro, on the matter in Kogi State. Very quickly, Mr. Pinheiro, we're asking about the supremacy of the candidates versus supremacy of political parties. If you look at what transpired in Amechi's case and what you have just highlighted in Kogi State, that some voted because of Faleke, who is the running mate, while others voted because of late Audu, and others also voted because of the political party. So how do you bring to a balance the three scenarios or the three interests in this particular election?
Yes. The first point you have to recognize is that our law does not recognize any form of independent candidacy. Now, so every candidate must subsume himself on the party platform. Now, having said that, the point must also be recognized that it is the APC that was the platform by which both late Audu and Faleke contested. And to that extent, it's the APC, going by the authorities of Amechi and Bonny-Haruna, that earned those votes. I had made the point earlier that it is impossible to excise those votes that were earned on account of Faleke being on the ticket from the votes that were earned on account of late Audu being on the ticket. But it is imperative that we must uphold the fact that those votes have been earned by a political party. Now, we must not, on every flimsy reason, and I'm not saying that the death of a candidate is flimsy, but we must not, on any reason, continue to toy around with the notion of postponement of elections. The point is, those votes have been earned. I am not unmindful of Section 33, that a political party shall not be allowed to change or substitute once a name has been submitted, except in the case of death. But my view, and I hold the view very strongly, that section is only applicable before an election has been conducted. Once the elections have been conducted and votes have been earned, we must uphold the sacrosanctity of those votes.
Okay.
And so I am recommending to INEC that the supplementary election in those 91 wards or units must proceed. Faleke must be allowed by the party, or the party itself may choose a deputy gubernatorial candidate for him.
Mr. Pinheiro, if I may come in here, what about the portion of the Constitution that talks about fielding a candidate who has not gone through any level of primaries? Mr. Faleke didn't go through the primaries.
In this case, Faleke went through the primaries. And you cannot discountenance that fact. Faleke was nominated on the party platform after going through primaries, as far as we are concerned. And the truth must be told that if we allow a fresh election to be conducted at this stage, then we run the risk, and I made that point earlier on, because of the fringe political parties, the other 20 or so political parties. If we permit the nullification of the results so far earned, and we direct a fresh election, we will be setting the stage for a series of further elections in the future to always be nullified. The party has earned those votes, and we must ascribe those votes to the ticket of Faleke and the third part and any other deputy gubernatorial candidate.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Pinheiro. The Independent National Electoral Commission has come out to say that they've not been officially notified of Abubakar Audu's death. Do you see that to translate into they want to run ahead with the supplementary elections?
I think that is the proper thing to do. But I will expect that now that the late Audu has been buried, the APC will do the proper thing to officially notify INEC. I do not think INEC should, even though it's a common fact, should act without the formal notification from the APC. Having said that, I do not see any reason why the supplementary elections should not go ahead.
Mr. Kemi Pinheiro, it's nice speaking with you this morning on Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much, Suleiman.
Well, we've been speaking with the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Kemi Pinheiro, on the Kogi election matter. Sunrise Daily takes a moment now. We'll return shortly to look at another perspective of the same matter. Stay with us.